after the incident has transpired, and we have been able to talk to the victims. Human Rights Watch has been to northern Nigeria in Kaduna State, where there has been recent tragic events that resulted from military confrontation with the Shia Muslim sect members in northern Nigeria, which led into the days of hundreds of the sect members, as well as 100 more being injured. To talk to the victims themselves, we have talked to witnesses from the area, and we have talked to local authorities, and we have compiled the numbers from the hospitals as well, and we have found that at least 300 people have been killed in this military attack, some of them who have been wounded, and some of them who have directly witnessed. If you really look at the military version of the events, the military argues that the members of this sect were trying to assassinate the army chief of staff. But if you really look deeper into the version of events as laid out by the military, it does not really stack up. What has happened, and it was not very difficult to, I would say, at best, the military has terribly and brutally overreacted to the situation, and at worst, it was a deliberate provocation and attack on members of this sect. Talk to witnesses and victims to get the information. Yeah, we are concerned that this is yet another instance of the Nigerian military forces continuing with its abusive practices. We're hopeful that with the new administration in Nigeria, there would be a serious independent investigation to hold abusers to account, but otherwise it will add up to the history of abusive practice by Nigerian military forces, particularly in northern Nigeria. Human Rights Watch has been into the areas almost immediately. Witnesses we have interviewed in the area almost immediately after the incident has happened told us how women, children were shot, were wounded, some who have been killed. Some witnesses we have interviewed, including very young children, who told us how a little girl who was just walking out of her class who was shot. The incident happened, and we had a chance to interview witnesses there. If you look at the evidences based on our interviews, an hour before the army chief, the chief of staff of the army, has actually arrived in the area, there was a military deployment. There are video footage which show that actually soldiers were calmly taking positions around the mosque into the areas almost immediately after the